Well, participant friends, in the last class, we discussed about the definitions of educational technology. And at the time of discussing the definitions of educational technology, we discussed the perception which is being forwarded by the explanations of the people who are involved in the field of education. Means the general explanations for the understanding of the concept of educational technology we discuss much way. At the same time, we discuss three most important definitions which were forwarded by three of the experts who have totally linked with the process of using technological tools and devices in the field of modern education. And here in today's class, this is class number 5, means we are mentioning about class number 4, and this is slide number 1. This class has link with the discussions of class number 4 because it is continuing. The discussions are continuing. We started to discuss about the general concept of educational technology. Thenceforth, we discussed the concept or definition of educational technology depending on the explanations of some of the experts who do have relationship with the process. Let us come back to this class. In the words of B.C. Matthees and et al., means with B.C. Matthees, there are some other experts whose names have close association with this definition. They define educational technology as the development of a set of systematic methods, practical knowledge for designing, operating, and testing schools as educational systems. Means, I just have to repeat to help you to make your conception or ideas very clear. In the words of B.C. Matthees and other experts in the area, educational technology refers to the development of a set of systematic methods, practical knowledge for what purpose? For designing, operating, and testing schools as educational systems. Let us see the next slide. Here you see Takeshi Sakamoto Bulletin of the UNESCO Regional Office for Education in Asia. This organization, in this bulletin, here is a very systematic explanation or definition relating to the idea or concept of educational technology. Takeshi Sakamoto Bulletin of the UNESCO Regional Office for Education in Asia explained the concept of educational technology as educational technology is an applied or practical study which aims at maximizing educational effect by controlling such relevant facts as educational purposes, educational content, teaching materials, educational methods, educational environment, conduct of students, behavior of instructors, and interrelations between students and instructions. Means once you study or scrutinize each and every word, each of the words of the definition which has been forwarded in the UNESCO journal, you will certainly find that educational technology is such a concept, such a branch of study which has occupied its place in totality in the whole system, whole exercises of education, in total exercise of education. There is not a single aspect, there is not a single branch of the process of education where we do not see the impact or influence of educational technology. So friends, educational technology is such a branch of knowledge which has occupied or which has dominated its place in the total system of education. In all areas of this process of education, there is the impact, or there is the occupation, or there is the place of application of educational technology. Let us see the next slide. W. Kenneth Richmond has defined educational technology from different perspectives. W. Kenneth Richmond has defined educational technology from different perspectives. What are those perspectives? Because I have already mentioned that there is not a single area, there is not a single branch, there is not a single sector where we do not see the application of educational technology. Technology has dominated its place in each of the part of the system of modern education, and that's why W. Kenneth Richmond, at the time of explaining the definition of educational technology, has pinpointed some specific perspectives. In the words of Richmond, educational technology is concerned to provide appropriately designed learning situations which, holding in view the objectives of the teaching or training, bring to bear the best means of instruction. Means basically the process of applying the tools and machineries, devices and mechanism of educational technology. The concern is to achieve, to realize in practice the objectives of the process of education and the process of training. Let us see the next slide. S.S. Kulkarni, a pioneer of educational technology in India. If you come back to our situation, then you will find the name of S.S. Kulkarni, and he is in a sense a pioneer of educational technology in Indian situation. And S.S. Kulkarni has expressed his views and defined educational technology as the application of the laws as well as recent discoveries of science and technology to the process of education to make it very systematic and very practical. Let us see the next one so that we can understand so much well the definitions or the idea which have well been forwarded by other experts. Now we are to summarize to some extent depending the explanations of Wikipedia concerning to the definitions of educational technology. The explanations given in Wikipedia helps to glimpse of, helps to realize so much well, understand in totality the definition of educational technology as educational technology is the combined use of computer hardware, software and educational theory and practice to facilitate learning. So the prime concern of depending on the tools, means, mediums and assets of educational technology has well been linked with computer hardware, computer software and educational theory so as to make the process of learning very easy, very systematic, very simple, very scientific. The basic concern, just to summarize our discussions, the basic concerns of the use of educational technology has link with the process of making the learning process very easy, very systematic, holistic, and scientific. And educational technology has well been associated with computer hardware, with computer software, at the same time with all the educational theories which are available in the field of modern education, so as to make the process of learning very easy, very systematic, very scientific, and very joyful. So friends, our basic concern of the process of education, basic concerns have linked with the realization of the objectives which we shortlist well ahead before going to the practical field. And educational technology, by analyzing the explanations which have been forwarded in Wikipedia, educational technology has well been associated with computer software, with computer hardware, and with the knowledge of the available educational theory. Why? So as to make the process of learning very easy, very systematic, holistic, and joyful in totality. And the basic concern of the process of learning is the change of behavior in the three dimensions, particularly in the cognitive dimension, in the affective dimension, as well as in the psychomotor dimension of the personality of learners. And by following these basic categories of human behavior, as for example the cognitive, the affective, and psychomotor, we are to predetermine the educational objectives, and for the practical realization of all the objectives of the process of education, we are bound to depend on computer software, computer hardware, and the available educational theory, so that we can make the process of learning so much easy, systematic, holistic, and scientific. So friends, thank you so much for today. We have explained some of the definitions. At the same time, we have explained the general view relating to the definition of educational technology. At the same time, the basic concern of educational technology we have explained, and you have come to know so much well that in modern field of education, in totality, in each of the area, in all areas, there is the use or there is the influence of educational technology. Means minus educational technology, nothing can be achieved or nothing can be done just to facilitate learning or just to make the process of learning so much easy, systematic, scientific, and holistic. At the same time, we never can impart any type of training to the learners so much well, making it systematic, scientific, easy, and holistic. So by understanding educational technology, or for understanding educational technology, we are to understand so much well about all the preliminary aspects of computer hardware, computer software, and we must have to thoroughly study educational theories, and by doing so we can help to make the process of learning so much easy, systematic, scientific, and holistic. So friends, the basic concern is to make the process of learning really successful, really effective, really fruitful, and really scientific, and really holistic. Thank you so much for today.